Hello and welcome to a Smurpy video, and today we are having a quick run through of the Uncanny X-Men issue 1, and our story begins. So we had the free comic book day, but this is actually the arrival of Karina and her team as they come into the Xavier Mansion, and they are looking at pretty much ripping it down, making it into a prison, and in particular, the Cerebro room, completely wiping out that section of the mansion. So that is a plan, and also and I guess that's where the big prison ends up that we saw in that free comic book day. They're going to be doing some remodeling, and here is their first prisoner, Prisoner X. So this stars Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, Nightcrawler. It feels a little bit light. I can't remember if the whole cast has been announced or not. Writer is Gail Simone. Artist is David Marquez. Matthew Wilson is on the colors, and letters is Feces, Clay, and Cows, and I apologize if I said any of that incorrect. So we also get this bit where an old gentleman gave a special bottle to Logan after some sort of game, etc. And he asks, is there anything after? And we learn that perhaps Logan misses death more than actually being alive. So, back at the pyramids of the sun, down the road from Mexico City, Rogue and Gambit catch up with Wolverine. And Rogue is doing all these little third-person pieces inside. So I'm not sure what the intent is here, but there is a dragon that has significance to Savage Avengers, and they look like they are planning to stop it. I thought this was perhaps going to be their new home or something. I was clearly wrong, because they don't stay here. So this snake has the eye of, I'm not going to be able to say it, Agamotto, and can see into Wolverine, Gambit, and Rogue. So Gambit, the thief, the hunter, and the scared little girl. And he starts delving in a little bit deeper about her being frightened and desperate for love. Because, let's be honest, that's how Rogue's always been painted. And I feel like that sort of leads into... so Rogue and Gambit always said that she already said that she's the leader. And I think this is where it starts leading into Rogue becoming the leader of this team. It starts sowing those seeds. So the fight is brutal, and Rogue and Gambit knock out his eyes, while Gambit does his thing, in particular taking the eye. And he makes a bargain that he goes away, doesn't eat any people for a year, lives in the Antarctica, I can't say it, the Arctic Circle. Lives in the Arctic. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. I don't know where. I've not had enough coffee, clearly. And he also asks for a boon, and this dragon also gives them a sort of inkling that there are rumors about an Enderlin. Also, two of these have died. Did they think that Death would not come to collect? Because they've died, and Death's not been to collect the trophy of them and take them away. So they start heading off and start talking about next steps, talking about perhaps going off with Cyclops, and then they're like, well, no. Wolverine in particular talks a little bit more about that later. Perhaps, Cyclops is always going to be doing his thing, but do you really want to be there where he's sort of watching what you're doing, etc.? Meanwhile, we have Fawn, who is on the run from these two creatures that I'm not entirely sure. However, this thing comes out at the end, so we get some big, scary hands. And I'm not sure whether that's the ending or whether we'll find out. Meanwhile, Nightcrawler has called his friends to the hospital to meet a special boy who is also a mutant, but he's also dying. And the boy, clearly a big X-Men fan, it's a lovely moment for him. He gets given a jacket, etc. Talk to Rogue, and Wolverine can't pop his claws because it's hospital. However, he senses what is about to happen. He senses that this boy is about to die, and it's quite sad how it happens. The parents thank them for this. We also learn that Nightcrawler is also starting to be a sort of priest again as well, so he's going back to those roots. So they go to Louisiana, where they are staying with Marquez down there, and they're just trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure out this emptiness, this sense of loss after Krakoa, because they had everything that was expected, but it was all taken away from them. Rogue, Anna Maria, tried to get Kitty to join them. Kitty says, no, I'm not going to be an X-Men again. She said that back in that, right at the end, that she doesn't want to do this anymore. And it's all about, once again, what's happened in this issue. The kid Harvey believing in them. And so, who do they follow? You know, there's no Charles Xavier. There's no Kitty Pryde. And do they go off with Scott? Those sort of things. So, but then there's some noise, some hoofs, and decision gets to go away from them. There's also a discussion about who's the leader, and Rogue and Gamma are like, well, we're going to follow you. So basically, it's sort of been thrown into this, really. So we've got some mutants. Enderlin is coming. We have no idea what Enderlin is. I'm looking forward to read that. We get a welcome from Gail, which is grand, and then this is the next issue. So I think it was a good start. And it's all about them just finding their feet in reality. What are they here to do? I mean, you got Jubilee there. Jubilee's going to clearly be in there. And obviously you got Nightcrawler there. So we saw Jubilee in the free comic book issue. So I guess that little bit is either going to be dropped in, or it's just going to sit outside of this whole series. So yeah, good start. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next issue. So if you like my video, do please support me by subscribing. I really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. Thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel already. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.